Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into walking in the assumption of your wish fulfilled and how stepping into it, walking in the assumption that your dreams, your vision, your goals, your manifestations have already come true allows you to embody that energy, right? This is the bridge between falling asleep with the feeling state and waking up first thing in the morning, tuning in, getting into alignment, building that positive feeling state or that high vibration, and how clearing and a cleansing, letting go and creating that space, we find that balance between the receiving mode and the action mode, the inspired action mode, where we become more like a clear channel for the divine inspiration, the ideas and downloads, synchronicities and opportunities to open doors for us in our waking life. So welcome back to the channels. I am Josh, and this space is devoted to helping creators embody their awakening. So diving right into it, maintaining the feeling state throughout your day, because as we're building this, it's like building a muscle, right? It's building a muscle of the mind, having a state of being open to receive the energy, the source, right? The inspiration all flows through the energy, and our state of openness or receptivity to it, that state of non-resistance, is aided by cleansing and clearing. So I feel that being able to have that space in the evening and in the morning ritual creates a balance between the receiving mode and the action mode. Because the more that we're in that state of receiving, naturally the visualization will start to stream in, right? It's like tuning your frequency, your dream reality, and the version of you that is a vibrational match to it already exists within the field. And when you tune your frequency to that broadcast station, you start receiving the stream of consciousness of the thoughts and the feeling states that that version of you would be occupying. And now you are occupying it within space-time. You are collapsing the wave to the particle, because now you're actually realizing it in the moment. Now you're not thinking of it, you're thinking from it. You're looking out your own eyes, because this is a vision too, right? This is the waking dream. And the more that we're able to embody it, right, to anchor the vision into our body. So like clearing, right, a simple practice of that is to meditate for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, focusing on the breathing and getting into a state of receptivity, even sitting palms open in your space, in your sacred space, inside or outside, opening, and then appreciation will naturally start to come. You can softly put your gaze on the sun streaming in, on the giving thanks for where you're living and your body. And as you build that sense of gratitude, right? That's what I find is it's a daily practice of embodiment. The more that we build that feeling state, the more we're able to like access that. But if you have a resistance to appreciation, right, then it's much easier to receive appreciation when you're in that state of clearing. It's just natural. And then bridging this into, as the inspiration starts streaming in, then you can choose to put your focus, right? This is the focus. This is the opening, and this is the focus. And now in the focus, now as you're assuming yourself as the identity, as the I am identity of the version of you, if you're using visualization or affirmation. Now, I know some people are like, just clear your consciousness, don't just do affirmation. Now, affirmation is a way of accessing imagery and visualization. So imagination creates reality. Now, if there's too much resistance and you're trying to affirm, but you can't feel the feeling, it's kind of pointless, because the whole point of affirming is to create a feeling. And often when you affirm something, you're creating an image of an assumptive from the place of thinking from that. You are being as if. And as you start embodying into that, feeling it within your body, then you're activating that life force energy. And again, that's why breathwork meditation is a great way for clearing. And as you activate the energy, it's also going to bring the old stuff up so we can release what no longer serves. And then as you dial in, focus is like dialing in the dial. You start honing in your frequency to that station. What would it feel like? These are some basic questions you can ask as you're going into that. What would it feel like? What would I be doing? Who would I be? And then as you anchor into that and you get into that state of inspiration, you start priming the pump, right? And another powerful practice for that is, if you look up Priming by Tony Robbins, that's a really good practice for like a physiological practice you can do. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I just wanted to note that I've gotten a lot of benefit from that, and I like to lead to other things that have helped me as well along the journey. So as you prime the pump, as you clear the channel, as you tune into the frequency in that state of openness, now as you step into your day, as you come in from the practice, from the inner world into the outer world, feel yourself step into it. Step into the day. Assume it as if it is already so, like in the now. Be present. The more you are present to the breath, to the feeling of the air on your skin, to the moment, to appreciating the moment, savoring each bit of the day, even the contrast, difficulties that come up. That's the Jedi training. Be like, whoa, where's the energy? Because as you're in the opening, you train that, dial it in with the focus. Now you're stepping into embodying it. And that's the flow state. So the more that you train the balance between this yin and this yang, this receiving and this inspired action, now you're going to be able to be in the flow and adapt to what's going on in the day. So now having that faith, right? Having to be reminding yourself of what would it feel like, having these affirmations. Isn't it wonderful that I'm now living my dream life? Isn't it wonderful that abundance is constantly coming into my life? Having a question in the moment, yeah, you can clear it, but if you're going about your day, we don't always have time to sit and go through an entire process. Sometimes you're in the day, adapt to the energy. Sometimes it's pivot to faith. Pivot to faith, pivot to faith. Oh, it's coming up. I'm questioning, I'm doubting. Do I have time and energy to constantly indulge these thoughts? Is that actually clearing it? Is that actually a shadow work process? Or is it actually just distracting me from being in the moment where I could be like, God is the source of my supply? There's a balance to all these things. That's something I've really looked at in my own journey, because sometimes you're in the moment and you've got things to do, right? That's the true faith, is when now you've stepped into it. You've like, there's a time for, right, that clearing, and there's a time for that space. And then there's a time for adapting to the energy, focusing and pivoting in the moment. And that's what I find, especially as I'm walking or as I'm driving or I'm out in action, I'm out in the world doing things, to actually remind myself, because that's where those kinds of affirmations are very helpful, because they give your mind like a mantra to focus on. Because when you're focusing on one thing with a single pointed kind of awareness, and you're present to whatever's in front of you, your mind doesn't have time to think about other things. And then you can even lead into a rampage, like, God is the source of my supply. All my needs are met. Isn't it amazing how everything is always working out for me, even when things seem hard? See, bring a little contrast in there. Actually, it comes through every time. So maybe I can trust more in that. I'm going to trust more in that. I'm going to enjoy this journey. I'm going to take each breath. I'm going to savor this moment. Wow, isn't it beautiful? Wow, actually my life is amazing. So you can kind of build that energy and adapt. And I found that so powerful to like that's the other side of this, right? Of the integration, is like, It's like, okay, you're healing, you're clearing, you're letting go of the old, you're stepping into the new. Well, part of the quote unquote healing then is to step into the new. Like, it's to embody the new, it's to give yourself the permission to be imperfectly perfect in it. And like assuming the posture, that's another powerful practice, like literally walking in the assumption. Now that you've built that energy and momentum, like when you're going on walks or you're driving, like what kind of posture would the version of you be embodying? Think from it, act as it, be it, emanate it, tap into the energy, allow yourself to embody it, and see how you can start to hold that in interactions with people as well, and what kind of synchronicities and how that will draw out different kinds of interactions. Deeper interactions or interactions that further the artistic expression of the business, or like how that opens up when you're embodying that energy, starts to open up new synchronicities, doorways, and opportunities, because the universe is seeking to support you because you're a vibrational match. You're stepping into it. And then walking as it, what kind of energy, what kind of posture? And another way to practice that is like before you go out, look in the mirror, like as you're taking care of yourself, and just say like healthy, wealthy, free, love, using tuning words, and then seeing yourself as the version of you, like looking at yourself and knowing that you're worthy, and like what would I be standing, like how would I feel, how would I be embodying my body right now if I am worthy, and I am worthy, so how does it feel? And then embodying that. And then as you practice, like it's like a training, right? Practice walking in the new energy. How do I walk? Maybe make a little adjustment. I don't know. Why am I shrinking down? Or my legs are a little cramped. Huh? Let's let in some more energy. Stretch the body. Allow the life force to move. Breathe deep, slow. Breathe deep, slow, open to the sun. Walk outside in nature. Practice embodying it. Walk in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. As you're driving, focus on the vision. Don't just be distracted. Nothing can distract you. When you are honed in, third eye, focus on your dream. This is your manifesting energy in your everyday life. Put it to the test. Practice it. I'm telling you, as I've been practicing this, be steady, practice it. When doubts come up and things aren't happening, or you need some money, or you're in this state, practice it in the moment. Shift from scarcity to abundance. Literally take a moment, realize the state of consciousness that I'm in, and then I'm like, okay, I shift my state of consciousness. Like there's a place for this, of literally practicing it in the moment throughout the day. And then I let it go, and boom, money starts to come in, an opportunity starts to come in, a new inspired idea, a business idea, someone reaches out, someone books a call, someone wants to talk to you. Like all that stuff happens. I've been seeing that it's really a reflection of your state of consciousness. So even as you're driving, oh, my thoughts are wandering. Why am I just thinking of random stuff right now? God is the source of my supply. All my needs are provided for. I am divinely expressed, and I have a wonderful income. Right? And breathing into that trust. And it's fun. I'm telling you, the other side of all this clearing, right? It's fun. It's fun to be focused. It's fun to have faith. It's fun to embody your character and like be in the action. But when you train that state of the evening rituals and the falling asleep and feeling it, and then waking up inspired and tuning in, and we're not always going to have the best day, but we can also do the work to where it starts to become more and more natural that we're in this higher vibrational state, and we don't judge ourselves when we go into a quote unquote lower vibrational state, because it's not bad, right? We just embrace it, light of awareness into the dark. Okay, integrate, boom. Now you're more in the momentum, so it's not taking you as long to transmute. So now it's like, let's go. It's like a train on a rail track. Like we're moving light speed. We're coming in full moon here in a few days. Now we're coming up next August 1st, harvest full moon. This is a really powerful time for us to manifest. Receiving downloads and shifting throughout your day, right? Being in that Wu Wei, being in the balance, being in the flow. Oh, I'm getting a download, write it down. Be open to the synchronicities when you're walking in it. Was it going to happen tomorrow? Screw that. Today. It's going to happen right in front of you. new doors and opportunities opening. You got to be open to it. Show the universe you're ready for it. Prepare your vessel. Wake up early. I know I've been sleeping a lot. As we do it, it happens. It can be healing. And then there's this point today I'm like, oh, it's the sun's up. Let's do it. Let's make that bridge with the subconscious mind. Go to sleep, wake up in it, tune it, open, focus, flow. And ride that momentum, because there's so much satisfaction too, especially as like a creator, like however the modality, you creating content online. I'm gonna make some art. I'm getting a song idea. I want to talk to someone. I got a new coaching modality I want to play out. Whatever it is that you're doing. Oh, new business idea. Get the domain. Do it. Do the thing in the moment. Because the inspirations are coming, and as you're taking that inspired action in the moment, you're making the link. Because yes, you can assume it, and there's a state of like, okay, it's a non-action. Like I don't have to take action. I've assumed that it's already done. And at the same time, if the identity of the version of you as a creator is actually doing things, would actually be doing the things that you want to be doing, and you're not doing those things, then you're not actually walking in the assumption, right? It's like the other half, it's the link. And for me, it's just like, yeah, I get it. Alignment first and then action follows. I get that. I'm like, also for me, it's like the more that you like take imperfect action, and the less because by just doing it, because you eliminate the uncertainty of like, do I need to align more right now? I don't know if it's inspired or not. Is this motivation? Am I pushing it too much? Just like, whatever, just do it. Just be it. What's the worst that's going to happen if you follow your dream and you actually work through a bit of resistance every once in a while when you're moving through stuff and you want to take that next action. If you need to get into a state, okay, I'm just going to chill here for a little bit. Let me get into a receiving state. Okay, now I'm feeling it. Let's do it. Finding that balance between, but not staying in that state of doubt, right? Not stagnating in that place of I'm just gonna just feel it, but I'm not really embodying it, not really tuning it. Don't stay in that, or just like I'm gonna action, but not doing the inner work. Just find it's like the pin needle, and you just feel it. It feels right. It feels aligned, and that's where I feel that, yes, the other side of attraction is action. It's the action of being the version of you would be taking those actions. Especially if you got a creative spirit, you would be creating. You wouldn't just be like, I see the art. I don't need to pick up a pen. It'll happen. You're going to pick up the pen. Because you got to also practicing your craft would be, say you're saying, I am now the bridge. Say, okay, look at it this way. The future version of you, you're collapsing the timeline. You're merging with your future self. It's already done in that. It's already happened. The future version of you, draw a line back to where you are. You are the past version of the future self that is inevitable, right? This version of you would go through a sequence. Yes, it arises naturally as you shift the subconscious, and now you've automatically assumed it'll be automatic or whatever. At the same time, the future version of you would have taken the actions of refining their craft, would have taken the business would have taken actions for you to embody that version of you. So I feel like that's the other side of the balance of that is like, okay, am I surrendered to the flow? Am I surrendered to my date with destiny? Tony Robbins again. But it really is. It's like, am I going to answer the call today? Now. Now. Do it now. Just do it. Just start. The sooner you start. Because I've had many of those times where I'm just like, oh, my alignment. Oh, I don't feel inspired. Oh, okay, let's do the practice. Let's just tune in. Just start. Because every single successful person was here at this point. There are people that are the most successful people that have had nothing, started with nothing, because they just started. They believed in a vision that was greater than the senses denied. Didn't listen to other people when said that they were inevitable to fail. Oh, I don't see it. That never happens. Oh, all these world beliefs. Doesn't matter. Because when you're focused, honed in, it doesn't matter. All that's just chatter. Because you're the dreamer. Awakening. So, thank you so much for tuning in. If you got some value, hit the thumbs up. Although I don't need the external validation, it helps the algorithm. And if you want to share what resonated with you or any future video ideas, comment in the box below. And if you haven't already, subscribed and hit the bell notification if you want to get push notifications every time these videos come out, because we are devoted to helping you stay tuned into alignment. Peace and many blessings. I will see you on the next one.